Hello and welcome to The Wave. I am not your host, Xander Wilmoth. I am your host, Ryan Owens. Tonight we've got a great show for you guys. It's from my friends Speak Easy. But first, I had a chance to talk with the band. We're here in the Wave studio. I'm sitting with Jack, Tate, Nate, and Sam, and they are Speak Easy. Thank you guys so much for coming on tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having us, man.
Of course. So I'm going to ask first off, what's the origin story? How'd you guys come together? How'd you meet, form the band, and become what you are?
So our story started down in Troy, Alabama. Me, Tate, and Nate were all students there. And Nate and I actually had a class together, and that's where we met. In my own personal experience, I was dating a girl who broke up with me and told me to get out of my shell. And I took that as a sign to text Nate because I'd gotten his Instagram in class, and we had kind of talked about music. And I was like, do you want to play together, over spring break? And he was like, oh, dude, yeah, that'd be awesome. I got another dude I play with. And that was, we started this cover band down in Troy called Guilty Pleasure. And we played at a lot of the bar down there and traveled a little bit. And at the end of that summer, we grabbed Tate. And we did that for a little while until we decided we wanted to be our own thing and release our own music, and that's Speak Easy.
I was the only bassist they knew.
That is also true, yeah.
And the only bassist you need.
That is true. And we were the only band in Troy until we left. That's true.
Shout out.
And then when we moved here to Nashville, we had some lineup changes with a drummer, a couple drummers, and then we found Sam a little bit ago, and Sam's been playing with us for about a month now, and it's been going really, really well, and we're happy to have him here with us.
That's awesome. I love the way you guys came together. You've got great chemistry, synergy with each other. You've got this cool little tradition that you do. You gave me a card with a little smiling friends guy on it. How did this tradition start? And what's is there any sort of significance to it, or is it just something fun?
So I believe Nate came up with it, right? I believe he came to me and was like, I think that this would be a great, when we started as Guilty Pleasure, one of the things that we marketed ourselves around was kind of poker and a deck of cards. So each one of us was going to represent one of the suits. So I was the heart, Nate was the spade, diamonds.
Looks like a guitar pick.
Yeah, it looked like a guitar pick, so we wanted to be the spade. And so we thought it'd be really cool to sign them and pass them out. We threw set lists on them, and over time it's evolved into where we pass them out during the solo of Imperfection. And it's a bit of a token to say that somebody saw us live and that they had that connection with us, because I run around and pass them out. And we really love to be intimate with our crowd and be like, I saw you directly and gave you this card.
Yeah, it's just a better version of like a business card. Most bands will pass out a business card. I mean, we have those, but I much prefer using like one of those because each one of them is pretty much completely personalized. So I draw most of them, like probably 90%, and any artist that I know that is much better than me, which is most people, I'll ask them to draw on some. But most of them are done like by me, by hand. I'll just like look up stuff that I feel comfortable drawing and then knock one out. It used to just kind of be I'd write Speak Easy in a funny way or something like that, and then I was eventually like, I'm gonna put some cartoon characters on here, and then it just kept doing it. And also, it's cheap, it's fun, and again, it's personalized. So if you don't buy merch, that's another thing, is like, hey, we have stickers for $1. Our shirts are pretty cheap. Our hats are pretty cheap. If you still can't afford all that, that's perfectly fine. We want you going home with something to remember us by. So, like, when you get home and you're like, man, what's the name of that band? Bang, this card in my pocket.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers where they were when they got their first Speakeasy card.
True. I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
This is going on my wall. It's got a bunch of just paraphernalia on there. It is going to fit in perfectly.
Awesome.
And it's just super personal. I love that idea. It's very, very cool and unique as well. So you guys recently played a show at Obfest down in Auburn. What did it mean to play an event like that in your home state? You guys are all from Alabama, so yeah. What did it mean to do that?
So Troy is about an hour and 15 minutes from Auburn, and we actually played so the most recent one we did was Obfest 8. It was like, I guess, 2 weeks ago now. But a year ago we played Obfest 6, and that was like the real turning point for us being kind of like a college band, and then we saw the reception, and we felt the reception we got at Obfest 6, and we were like, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's think about taking this seriously. And that was sort of like the initial spark that put in our heads. And then we released our debut EP, Hearsay, last April. We're coming up on a year of Hearsay. Is it April 10th? April 11th? Something like that? I think it's April 10th. But we released the EP. It was also received very, very well. We went on like a little mini tour throughout the summer. And then at the end of the summer, we just kind of got all in a point in our lives where we were just kind of, let's do this while we can, you know? So we found an apartment and moved to Nashville the next month after we decided we were going to actually do this and take it seriously.
That is so awesome.
And Obfest was a really good thing to do, especially with going back to Alabama, because we started out writing songs for us to show our friends. I mean, like every song that anybody ever heard from us, most likely they heard the first voice memo, or we said, oh, come over to the house, we're going to play this for you. And so it's always been a community and a friendship, and we love making friends with all of those people. And Auburn was one of the first places that we really felt like people wanted us there. Like that people were excited to see us there. And it was so great to go back to, just to be able to feel that love, because the transition to Nashville is always a tough one. You know, you go from somewhere like Alabama where we got connections there. We knew nobody here. And so, you know, we struggled through the first couple of shows and were able to path our way through, but going back and being able to remember why it is we do what we do, and like the people out there who want to hear from us.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And Auburn, great community. For
great
music,
DIY music scene.
Amazing.
Oh my
scene.
God,
Amazing.
A lot of great bands and good friends of ours have come from there.
Yeah, super cool place. Does where you guys are from, does it have an influence on your sound and your style and your identity as a band?
Shows us what we don't want to be, I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times when we were first starting out, we made a lot of jokes. There was another band that was kind of doing some covers of what we wanted to do at the time, but they were a lot more in a country genre. And while I would say that a lot of us don't typically indulge in country all the time, I think that comes from being raised in the South, and it's just an oversaturation, because I definitely go back and listen to country, but it's stuff that I grew up on, like stuff that makes me think about when I was 5 or 6, you know?
Jamie Johnson's album, The Dollar, was on repeat in my household for most of my childhood. Really good album.
But I don't think it's too much influenced our sound as much and what we do. I think it's pretty much just, I think the sound that we produce comes from us, and it's purely us.
That's good. Do you guys write together? Like, what is your creative process when you go about making your own music?
Yes and no. Typically, I would say Jack is definitely the primary songwriter. Nate actually wrote Imperfection. But typically how songs are formed with us is like Jack will have he'll write a song, and it'll just be him and an acoustic guitar, and it'll be very like, you know, classic singer-songwriter-y. And then he'll bring it to us, and then we'll each kind of add our own little pizzazz and flair into it. And we'll make it into a speakeasy song. So while Jack is definitely the genesis of a lot of what we do, it's very much a collaborative effort for the finished product.
The best analogy that I'd like to think of for it is Jack is the one getting the plane out of the hangar. The rest of us have to get it in the air. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like,
that's
he's building it from nothing, and the rest of us are, you know, he's laying the foundation, and the rest of us are building the house. So.
Yeah, and I think I've been super thankful, because my musical journey was super late compared to these guys. These guys have been playing forever, and I didn't really fall in love with music or writing or anything until maybe my sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
And so that. Like, I'm extremely limited in my musical ability. I'm not the greatest guitarist you've ever met, or anything. A lot of the songs, if you ever wanted to learn how to play our songs, they're very simple as far as if you wanted to play it by yourself. And so it's really great to be able to have these ideas and know that these guys can build on it as well as they do and make something. I mean, I love the music, and it's weird because it's a different relationship because I have the relationship with it alone in my room, and then I have the relationship with my friends making this music, and so like I love it for completely different reasons.
Mm-hmm. And that's super beautiful, especially like what you said about just something starting so simple, and like if you wanted to learn it, like you can. I think there's a lot of beauty in simplicity, and if you can say something in a way that is simple, it means it's like you really understand it and you're in tune with what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And so I love that about what you guys have got going on. I really enjoy your guys' stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you guys are into a lot. You write cool things, cool drawings on the cards and whatnot. You guys are into a lot of different like pop culture type of things.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys got favorite Pokemon?
Oh, dude, 100%. We are big Pokemon guys. That's what we were joking about earlier today, that like our new song, I Miss Playing Bakugan, we talk about that a lot.
Nice plug.
Yeah, of course.
Solid.
But it's such a weird thing because I remember Bakugan is like a really nostalgic thing, but I think Pokemon has probably been one of the most constant things in my life. My favorite's Tyranitar. I'm a big Tyranitar guy.
Oh, nice. Good pull.
I like Golurk. Shout out Gen 5.
I love Kadabra. Just genius. Love him.
Togekiss for sure.
My man.
Absolutely.
Togekiss is so cool.
I'll throw in Incineroar.
Okay.
My Smash
okay.
man.
Little
My
Gen
Smash
7
man.
action.
That's good.
Well, it's been great having you guys on. Do you have any upcoming shows, anything you want people to know about coming up soon so people can go see you guys in concert?
Yeah, so coming up in April, we got a couple of shows already planned. On the 10th, we're going to be at the Underdog. On the 17th, we're going to be down in Columbus, Georgia with our good friend Timothy Rose.
All right.
And then on the 26th, we just got that verified today, we're going to be at the East Room in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're very, very excited to go play these shows.
Awesome, guys. Well, where can the people find you? Tell the people where they can get your music, they can get your socials, all that good stuff.
You can get our music anywhere that you stream, anywhere you can get it. Instagram, we are at speak.easy.live. We're on Facebook. If you go to our Instagram and look in our bio, we have a link tree that can take you to anywhere that you can find us. Our band's in town. Anywhere that there's a social media, Speakeasy's there.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. So excited for everyone to be able to hear Speakeasy play coming right up. All right, everybody, it's music time. These guys sound disgusting. I'm getting queasy. Without further ado, here's Speakeasy.
There's too much forgiveness in these pretty chords. And years of bars have been said and rolled up north. Well, who am I to think I could be one of the greats? When I don't have to live by your standards day after day. Teach me how to fly. And lead me to never be perfect, but you'll always be mine.
Hey guys, we're Speakeasy from Nashville, Tennessee. We're super excited to be here today and share some music with you guys. What you just heard was a song off our debut EP, Hearsay, that we released a little over a year ago, and one of our new singles called That Was Better that we released at the beginning of this year. We're super excited to share our music with you guys. We're super thankful to be here, and we got one more song for you guys. This is one that we released this past Friday. This one is called I Miss Playing Bakugan.
City hasn't changed since the last time I was in town. The road's much shorter and construction's finally broken ground. Well, my parents moved too much, so I don't know what's home. But I'll take a piece of them everywhere I go. My cargo shorts are burning heavy with monsters, and the sweaty cap towards my head now. The stand of carpet in an old apartment has the power to do me in somehow. I see the leaves outside, they're falling down. Cold is back again. I let my hair grow out, it's in my eyes, covering up my sin. I took a walk at night to realign and let the drugs kick in. I feel them calling in my skin. When I get this itch, in a moment like this, when I can't seem to find the things that make me colder in the summertime, but I'm sure I'm on my way back home.